So the first thing we want to do is talk about where you measure diameter on the tree. So again, we're very interested in repeatability, being able to measure the same thing over and over so that we're precise in our measurements. And we also want to be as accurate as we can be, get a good measurement. It's not so easily seen on this tree, but most trees have a fairly prominent butt swell, meaning as you get closer to the base of the tree, it gets wider. So foresters take diameters at a standardized height, which is 4.5 feet above the ground. There are two reasons. First of all, you're getting above that butt swell where the tree taper begins to be uniform for most trees. Not all trees. Secondly, it's a very convenient height at which to take the measurements. But again, you want to be precise. So the first thing you have to do is know where 4.5 feet is. Now, you could, for every tree that you measure diameter, you could have a stick, a pole, a tape, and measure where 4.5 feet is on every tree. You don't want to do that and take time to do that. So what you want to focus on initially when you're getting started is not where 4.5 feet is on a tree, but 4.5 feet on you. So we're going to look right here, and if you can see the scale, this is in feet and inches. So here's 4 feet, 6 inches is 4.5 feet. That hits right here. So on me today with the extension shirt I'm wearing, it's right about where the bottom of the logo is. So by making sure that this is the point across from which I take the diameter of the tree, I can be consistent in my diameter heights without having to measure that every time. So I'm going to show how diameter tape is used, and I'm going to start out with this very convenient little pocket tape and show you why this isn't the best tape. I get a good demonstration right here from two perspectives. So here again, 4.5 feet above the ground. So I want to reach around the tree and pull the tape. This is a pretty big tree. So this is a managed stand of timber, and they do prescribed burning, and the bark on this particular tree has got lots of black on it from prescribed burning. So because I had to hug the tree to get this tape around a large tree, I now have black all over my shirt, and you'll see why that could be avoided with a different tape. So if you can see that scale, it says I didn't do a bad job with the Biltmore stick. When you go around the tree, you want to take the beginning of the DB8 side and see where it crosses the scale. And it's 17, 18, and it's crossing just a little over half. So it's 17.5 inches, which is what we got a little while ago. Now there's a caution. A lot of times it's very, and I do this sometimes too, I will see this number here, in this case 5 or 5.2, and I'll see the 18 and go, oh, okay, 18.52. It's not, it's 17.5. With no need to go to the hundredths here. So you need to make sure that you know which is the correct number, and it's going to be the lower number in terms of the whole number. But that's a demonstration of using this particular tape. Now I was complaining about the tree being so large that I had to hug it to get the D-tape around it. So most D-tapes, whether they're metal or cloth, have a hook on them that lets you do this, and you have to do this if you're dealing with a much larger tree. Let me start over here. So now I can walk around the tree You want to make sure you keep this level. And see where it crosses. And it's a little bit over 17 and a half. And I didn't have to hug the tree. And if it had been a very much larger tree, I would not have been able to reach around it. And that brings up another good point. One of the common measurement errors in trees, especially large trees, is this. So I'm gonna redo this tree and show you what often happens. It's especially possible with those smaller tapes where you're not walking around the tree. So, in fact, I'll just do this. I'm going to cheat a little bit, all right? So I don't want to bother to walk around the tree. So I'm going to try and throw this thing out here around the tree. And so I do my measurements here. And I'm exaggerating a little bit, but this happens. Now if you look at where it crosses the mark, I'm over 18 inches. Well, how in the world did that happen? Well, it happened because I don't have the diameter tape in a plane. If you go to the back side of the tree, and again, for the purpose of showing you what happens, I exaggerated it. But the diameter tape sags at the back side. So it's really critical that you pull the diameter tape so that it's in a plane. And now we're getting back to the original measurement. But one way to do that on a big tree, put the hook on the tree at 4.5 feet, walk around the tree, and you can, it's not going to get you now. It's not going to sneak up and sag in the back because you're watching it the whole time. And you come back, and there you go.